Okay, let's try a little thought experiment. What if the entire world just stopped? And I don't mean that metaphorically, I mean literally. What if our planet, right now, spinning faster than a bullet, just slammed on the brakes for just 60 seconds? Sounds crazy, right? Well, let's dive into what would actually happen. Imagine it happening right now. This isn't some gradual slowdown that takes eons. Nope. It's an instant, violent, screeching halt. And for that 1 minute, our planet becomes the stage for the single most violent event in its entire history. So, to really wrap our heads around the chaos that's about to unfold, we have to start with one simple, kind of terrifying number. That's how fast you are moving right this second, assuming you're near the equator. We don't feel it, right? Because everything else, the air, the oceans, the ground under your feet, it's all moving along with us. It's a package deal. But what happens when the ground suddenly stops and everything else doesn't? Well, the answer comes down to one fundamental law of physics. Yup, it's inertia. It's the reason you get thrown forward when a bus driver slams on the brakes. Now just scale that up. Imagine that bus is the entire planet. And it's not just you lurching forward, it's every single building, every ocean, the whole atmosphere, all of it still moving at over 1,000 kilometers an hour. That one simple principle is what turns our beautiful world into a planetary-scaled blender. All right, so the clock starts now. We've got 60 seconds. Let's break this down into 4 key moments inside that one single catastrophic minute. Think of this as our roadmap through the apocalypse. We're going to start with the very instant the stop happens. Then we'll see what happens to the oceans, then the air itself, and finally, the very ground beneath our feet. Ready? Let's go. Okay, T plus 1 second. The solid Earth has stopped cold, but the atmosphere? Oh no, it keeps going. It continues rocketing eastward at supersonic speeds. And you gotta understand, this isn't wind like we think of it. This is a planetary-scale shockwave, and its job is to scour the entire surface of the globe. The idea here is, well, it's brutally simple. Anything not literally fused to the planet's bedrock is instantly ripped free and flung to the east. We're talking cars, trees, people, animals, the topsoil itself. Everything just becomes part of this massive, high-speed, global debris field. And the effects are instantaneous. And they are total. That supersonic blast of air, it wouldn't feel like wind. It'd feel like a solid wall hitting you at the speed of sound. Any planes in the air are basically just swatted out of the sky. Skyscrapers, which are built to handle wind from above, just snap clean off at their foundations. Entire forests are just scraped clean from the rock. All right, we're 10 seconds in. Now the planet's largest moving objects, the oceans, make their move. Just like the air, their inertia keeps them going. They just keep surging eastward right across the continents that are now standing still. And let me be clear, this isn't a tsunami. No. This is something far, far worse. We are talking about literal walls of water, kilometers high, moving at hundreds of kilometers an hour. These things wouldn't just flood coastal cities, they would erase them. They would scour the land down to the bedrock for hundreds of miles inland. In effect, the world's oceans would just merge into one. We're now 30 seconds into this minute of pure chaos, and a whole new nightmare begins. All of that immense friction from the atmosphere grinding against the unmoving surface, you combine that with incredible compression, and you get an unimaginable amount of heat. What happens is you get this massive spike in global temperature, especially in a band right around the planet. The air itself becomes superheated. We're talking hot enough to flash burn grasslands and just ignite forests across whole continents. You've just created a global firestorm. Just when you think it can't get any worse, it does. Now we have to look at the planet itself. The colossal stress from this sudden stop is it's more than the Earth's crust can take. The tectonic plates, right? They usually move just a few centimeters a year. Now they've been hit with an impossible braking force. And this triggers a catastrophic geological chain reaction. First, fault lines all over the globe, like the San Andreas, just tear wide open. Then, the change in pressure destabilizes magma chambers everywhere, causing volcanoes and supervolcanoes to erupt all at once. And finally, you get mega earthquakes, stuff so far beyond anything we've ever recorded that they literally start to rip continents apart. Okay, we're getting close to the end of our minute. And you might be thinking, phew, okay, when the Earth starts spinning again, that'll be a relief. Well, you would be very, very wrong. The end of this minute isn't the end of the disaster. It's the beginning of a second one. And there it is. The 60 seconds are up. The cosmic brake comes off, and the Earth instantly snaps right back to its original speed, 1,600 kilometers per hour. And here's the truly horrifying twist. All of that destruction, it happens all over again, but in reverse. Think about it. All that ocean water and all that atmosphere that was surging east, it now gets left behind as the planet lurches back into motion underneath it. So those mega tsunamis and supersonic winds, they slam back to the west, delivering a second, equally devastating impact on a world that's already in ruins. That 1 minute, it marks this violent, irreversible split in our planet's history. Before, you have a vibrant, living world. After, you have a sterilized, scarred, burning wreck. It's a geological crime scene. The difference between the world at second 59 and the world at second 61 is the difference between civilization and total extinction. So, the minute is over, the two impacts are done. What's left of our world? Honestly, it's a place we wouldn't even recognize. What's left is basically a vision of a truly alien planet. The coastlines are completely redrawn, carved out by those mega tsunamis. The atmosphere is just choked with ash from all the fires and volcanic eruptions, blocking out the sun and plunging the planet into a deep, dark winter. All those complex systems that govern our weather, completely, irrevocably broken. And really, that's the ultimate takeaway here. The planet itself, as a giant ball of rock, would survive. It would eventually recover, maybe over thousands, maybe millions of years. But us, our complex, fragile little web of civilization, it would be gone, snuffed out in 60 seconds. It's a pretty sobering thought, isn't it? A single minute of physics going haywire is enough to erase, well, everything we've ever built. Which, of course, leads to the next horrifying question: what if the Earth didn't restart its rotation at all? What if the stop wasn't for 1 minute, but for good?
If you enjoyed this journey, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel for more space adventures, and share this video if you liked it.